Have you ever tried to learn a new language and just felt completely lost? Like you're wandering through this, I don't know, grammar-laden wilderness with no map? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So today, we're going to try and demystify that whole complex, sometimes frustrating, but in the end, super rewarding journey. Okay? Let's jump right in.
And that just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's not just about memorizing rules from a textbook. It's about practice, it's about performance, making mistakes with a bit of confidence and then just trying again. It's this exact blend that makes it such a challenge, but also a real adventure.
So, this brings us to what I think is the core dilemma every single learner faces. We're all desperately looking for that one perfect map, right? That one single best method that's going to get us to fluency. But what if I told you that map just doesn't exist?
That's right. Instead of one single perfect path, I want you to think of it more like a giant buffet of strategies. You don't have to pick just one thing. The real goal here is to fill your plate with a combination of techniques that actually works for you. So let's go see what's on the menu.
Okay, so right at the head of the buffet table, we've got the two big ones, the two foundational approaches that have been around forever, the quiet, solo work of flashcards and the social dance of conversation.
I love this analogy of a sprinter versus a marathon runner. It's a perfect way to think about it. Flashcards, that's your sprint training. You're doing these quick, intense, repetitive drills to build up your vocabulary muscle. But a language partner? That's your marathon training. It's all about building the stamina you need for those long, unpredictable, real-world conversations. And let's be honest, you really need both to be a well-rounded linguistic athlete.
And this, right here, illustrates the big problem with only being a sprinter. You can hoard thousands and thousands of words in your head, but they're basically worthless if you never actually use them. You gotta put that vocabulary to work. You have to spend it.
So the crucial point here is that language, at its core, is social. It's about connecting. And that first real conversation, oh man, it's terrifying for sure, but it's also so exhilarating. It's where you learn those little cultural things like how "are you all right" in a British shop doesn't mean you look sick, it's just their way of saying, "can I help you?" And hey, for anyone who's really afraid of making mistakes, structured role plays are a fantastic, low-pressure way to practice the rhythm of real speech in a safe space.
All right, so let's move on and expand our toolkit a bit. Because beyond the classic flashcard and conversation partner, today's learner has this incredible arsenal of modern tools at their disposal.
I mean, your toolkit can have everything now. You've got apps that make learning feel like a game, podcasts that just immerse you in authentic conversations, and watching movies and TV shows, that's not just relaxing anymore. It's like a feast of different accents and slang. But there's one technique on this list that is especially powerful. It's called shadowing. And what you're doing, essentially, is you're training your mouth and your brain to move in sync. You're mimicking the native flow, the music of the language. It's kind of like a pianist practicing scales over and over. You're building that muscle memory until the movements just become second nature. Honestly, it's a total game changer. But here's the thing, and this might be the most important part of this whole explainer. You can have all the best tools in the world, the fanciest apps, the best tutors, but they won't do much without the single most critical component, your mindset. Your attitude is literally the engine that drives this entire journey.
So how do you actually build that winning mindset? Well, first, start treating the language like a playground, not a minefield. Seriously, have fun with it. Second, you have to reframe your mistakes. They are not failures. They are data points that tell you exactly what you need to work on next. And finally, you have to celebrate the small wins. Understanding a song lyric, successfully ordering a coffee, making a little joke, those moments are the fuel that keeps you going.
So, when you boil it all down, what's the #1 factor that predicts success? It isn't the app you use or the method you follow. It's this: the simple will to just keep going, to persevere through the parts that feel hard. And that will is fed directly by a positive, resilient mindset.
So, let's bring it all together. This isn't about mastering one single strategy. It's about weaving all of these different ideas into a personal rhythm, a routine that actually fits your life and your unique style of learning. Okay, so let's just recap using our athletic analogy. Your flashcards, those are your sprints for quick memorization. Your language partner, that's for your marathon-level conversational endurance. And all those other tools, the apps, the podcasts, the shadowing, think of that as your cross-training. It strengthens all the different supporting skills you need to become truly fluent. And look, let's just be real for a second. The path to fluency is never, ever a straight line. It's going to be messy.
There will be times where it feels maddening and like you're not making any progress, but it will also be filled with these incredible, surprising moments of connection and understanding. You have to embrace the entire chaotic, beautiful process.
So the final takeaway is this. Please stop looking for the one perfect method. It doesn't exist. Instead, start asking yourself a much better question. With all of these tools and these mindsets now at your disposal, what's the unique combination? What's the personal rhythm that's going to make your language journey a success?